This video is about ideas for how you can use the light lemon cremeux that I posted earlier. That video was quite popular, probably because it's easy to make, low in calories, and still has the flavor and creamy texture of lemon curd. The link to that recipe is on your screen now and also in the description below. I prepared this cremeux yesterday, so today I'm going to lightly whip it to incorporate some air and make the texture a bit lighter. I'm using two types of silicone molds today, a semi-sphere and the lemon shape. For the semi-sphere mold, elements are the orange sponge. The link is on your screen now and in the description. It's very easy and quick to make, and it complements the lemon cremeux, creating a nice citrus profile. Almond short crust. You will need to cut shapes using a cookie cutter of your choice and fully bake them. This is a flower shaped short crust that I'm going to use today. And I've made using just the cookie cutter with a fluted design. For the lemon shaped mold, I'm using the honey cake thin sponges, the same ones I use for my honey cake. The link is on your screen now and in the description. The sponge is very light and thin, adds nice texture inside, and the combination of lemon and honey works really well. Then I've got here white chocolate, melted. This will be the shell for the lemon cremeux. No need to temper it, just melt it, fill the mold, flip it upside down to remove excess chocolate and place it in the fridge to set. Use the cookie cutter to cut the sponges that will fit inside of your mold. Pipe lemon cremeux and then arrange sponges. Very simple glazed recipe: cocoa butter, white chocolate, grapeseed oil or any neutral oil, and fat-soluble food coloring. The idea is melt everything and use at 45 degrees Celsius or 113 degrees Fahrenheit. One more idea is a simple lemon tart. Use the short crust base I mentioned earlier and fully bake the tart shells. You can brush them with an egg wash to make surface look shiny and more attractive. If you need the tarts to hold for a longer time, you can spread a thin layer of melted chocolate or even just a cocoa butter inside the tart shell. That prevents the short crust from becoming soggy. But if you're making this for yourself and planning to eat within a few hours, you can skip that step. Optionally, you can make a Swiss meringue, pipe it on top and use a blowtorch to add the caramel flavor. Link to Swiss meringue tutorial is on your screen and in the description. So the conclusion and few tips. This lemon cremeux is light and creamy with only 75 grams of butter in a 700 gram batch. A traditional lemon curd would use nearly 200 grams of butter, and because I use whole eggs instead of the yolks, the total fat content is about 3 times lower than in a traditional curd. It's still very versatile and works beautifully in many recipes. It's also more cost-effective, almost half the price of the classic curd. It's beginner-friendly, because cooking whole eggs is easier than cooking yolks. It's also freezer-friendly, so you can make a bigger batch and freeze it in a different molds. That way you don't need to cook it twice. As for the applications, you've seen you have a whole range of options. Make a simple tart, fully bake the tart shell and pipe the lemon cremeux inside. Second, make a lemon tart with a meringue. Pipe Swiss meringue on top and blowtorch it. You can even do this in front of your guests for entertainment. Finish with a little lemon zest. Third, create an individual dessert using a short crust base cut with a cookie cutter. Add Swiss meringue for contrast and volume, add a sponge layer inside for extra texture and body, glaze it for a more professional look or skip the glaze if you are making it just for yourself. Fourth, create an individual dessert using a lemon-shaped mold with a chocolate coating inside. That gives you a perfect surface for velvet spray. You can also color the chocolate yellow and skip the velvet coating. Keep the chocolate in the mold for a bit longer to get a thicker shell if desired. Add sponge or even 2 inside for texture and add a crumble if you are serving it as a plated dessert. Fifth, make a lemon Swiss roll. This cremeux works perfectly for a 30 by 40 cm sponge. I'll share another sponge recipe and a simple technique in the next video. Sixth, use this cremeux as a cake filling for a standard layered cake, instead of cream cheese or butter frosting. Now a few tips. For tarts, spread a thin layer of melted chocolate inside to create a barrier so the short crust stays crisp. You can also dust with a cocoa butter, grated or store-bought, or with a warm tart shell. It creates the same barrier without adding sweetness or changing the look. Anything that requires meringue to be piped is best done before serving. Keeping meringue in the fridge for more than 24 hours starts to ruin the texture. You can add lemon zest or lemon essential oil to the meringue in the last minute of whipping to boost the flavor. When glazing cakes with a demonstrated chocolate glaze, work quickly and pour in one go. A second layer won't coat evenly, because this chocolate glaze sets immediately. Also, for better results, put the glaze through the fine mesh to remove unmelted chocolate. White dots on the video is showcasing that. You can dip the frozen cake, but because the glaze sets so fast, it can be tricky. Pouring works best for me. For individual desserts, after glazing or velvet coating, defrost them in the fridge without a lid for about 4 to 5 hours. That allows condensation to evaporate. Assemble or plate the individual mousse cakes after defrosting. Because each cake has a sponge base, you will be able to move them without any problems. Both desserts in the video have been in the fridge for 24 hours. Moreover, I've tested them in 48 and 72 hours. They hold their shape and don't crack. The white chocolate shell version is more fragile, so it can crack when you unmold it. You can hide that by adding crumble at the bottom or covering the sides with a Swiss meringue. I hope you found this video helpful and inspiring. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And remember, there is no such thing as a stupid question. The only stupid question is the one you don't ask.